Hey guys, Chris Bennett here again, your blockchain beard guy. Want to talk to you about something I really believe passionately about today, and that is how much bigger blockchain is than just cryptocurrency, than just Bitcoin. And so I want to go back a little bit and talk about the internet, because there are a lot of parallels between what's happening right now in blockchain and what happened 25, 30 years ago with the dawn of the internet. So we talk a lot when we talk about blockchain, about cryptocurrency, about money changing hands, about financial transactions. In fact, one of the questions most people have when you mention blockchain is, oh, you're talking about Bitcoin, right? And the analogy I like to draw for people is if we went back in time 25 years ago and you asked me to tell you about the internet. Hey, Chris, explain to me what the internet was. Maybe I was internet beard guy back then. I would have to explain the internet to you in terms of email, because email at that time was the only real consumer-ready platform that we had, built on top of the internet and this exciting new technology of TCP/IP and HTML. But if you walked away from that conversation thinking that the internet was just email, was just a way to send funny pictures to grandma, then you would have missed something big. And if I tried to explain to you at that time that streaming video was coming and text messages were coming, and social media was coming, and so much shopping would be done on this platform that traditional retailers would be going out of business left and right, it probably wouldn't have made a lot of sense to you at the time, and I probably wouldn't have been forelooking enough to actually predict all of those things. But blockchain is the exact same way. It's a much bigger platform. And the first thing we've built on that platform that consumers are really starting to use and interact with on scale are cryptocurrencies. But there's a lot more to blockchain than just currency. If you think back to our proof of work example, we talked about this a couple episodes ago. And again, you can always click on the blockchain beard guy hashtag, go back and watch old episodes. But if you think about proof of work, we were standing up in front of a stadium and we were announcing transactions. Well, what we were capturing on our notebook paper, the really important part of blockchain, wasn't actually the money changing hands. It wasn't Lindsay paying John $1,000 for his Toyota Camry. It was us recording the announcement. And there are lots of announcements that we make every day in society that are very important but have nothing to do with finance. A great example is voting. Everybody gets one vote and they get to spend it on the candidate they like in that election. Your votes are not monetized. There's no market for them. You can't securitize them and trade them. There's no futures market for them. And that's for very important reasons. But voting needs all the benefits of blockchain. It needs immutability and group consensus in a trustless environment. So there's an example of an announcement. I vote for candidate A that has nothing to do with money changing hands. And if that makes sense, let me ask you to step another level back and understand that any kind of announcement, anytime anybody makes that's important, that we want to make sure gets recorded right, and in a way that we don't have to trust the record keepers because we can trust the record, is a great use case for blockchain. So we talked in an earlier video about the Apple supply chain, and each person, each actor in the supply chain announcing what they've done, how they've added value. So the orchard that grew the apples, the organic pesticide maker that applied the pesticide, the electric trucking company that delivered the produce to the store. Each of these announcements, hey, I've grown the apple, hey, I've treated it with pesticide, hey, I've delivered it to the store, is a great use case for blockchain and the benefits that blockchain provides. in coming videos, I want to talk a little bit more about some exciting real-world potential use cases, because I think one of the hardest transitions once you understand blockchain is to start imagining how it could really be applied in the real world to problems we're facing. So we're going to talk about that a bit more next time. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, any suggestions for topics, reach out, connect with me, leave a message in the comments, whatever. I'm always here for you guys. Chris Bennett, your blockchain beer guy. See you next time.